Tornan led his troops through the bombed-out city. The human rebels weren't dishonorable fighters, but by the gods were they persistent and clever. Seeing a lone human step out from behind some rubble, he held up a claw, stopping his men. The human shouted at them, "I bet 1 human is better than 10 Dobian soldiers!" before darting back behind the rubble. Tornan glanced at his men. He could see they were itching for a fight. 10 of his men had already stepped forward, blades and blasters drawn. He gave them a nod and the men pushed forward, disappearing behind the rubble. The next few minutes were a cacophony of ringed metal, screening blaster shots and whizzing kinetic projectiles until the human from before popped out from behind the rubble. Looking no worse aware, he shouted, "I bet 1 human is as good as 100 Dobians!" before disappearing behind the rubble again. Tornan gave the nod to his men and 100 broke off, drawing their blades and blasters as they slipped behind the rubble. He still had about 1,000 left. The fight lasted for a long singular hour, before it finally went quiet again. The human once again popped out from behind the rubble, no worse aware, as he shouted his challenge again. "I bet 1 human is as good as 1,000 Dobians!" He slipped behind the rubble again. Tornan was getting tired of this game, but his men were salivating at the prospect of beating such a good fighter. He let them march forward and behind the rubble. The noise of battle lasted hours. Then, as the sun began to set, a Dobian ran out from behind the rubble, screaming and shouting, "There's more of him! There's more of him!" The soldier ran past Tornan, leaving the general incredibly confused. Until he turned to look back at the rubble, jaw dropping. At least 100 humans were stepping out from behind the rubble. Well, humans might not be the right word. There were hundreds of copies of the exact same human marching toward him, the most battered and bruised in the front. When they reached the stunned Dobian general, the one in the lead laughed softly, the others echoing it creepily. Pretty cool what you can do with a cloning tank without the rate limiter, right? Tornan couldn't even be mad. The human had told the truth when he said 1 human is worth 1,000 Dobians. Technically.